19 tips you needed to know before going on Utopia to Seas. Let's get into it. Today we're talking specifically about embarkation. Number one, download the Royal Caribbean app. If you booked the Royal Caribbean cruise and you haven't downloaded the app yet, what are you doing? As soon as you book the cruise, the second thing you need to do is download that app. Okay, you can see everything on that app. Not only can you see your booking, but you can also book excursions, book shows, book specialty dining, buy your drink package. You can literally do everything on that app. And you get to see the itinerary at least a week or two in advance before your actual cruise. So please download that app, okay? Number two, do your online check-in as soon as possible. Now for Royal Caribbean, they typically open up online check-in, I believe 45 days before you're sailing. You need to know what day date is, put it in your calendar and set it for 12 a.m. for an alarm so you can check in on your cruise. And you're probably like, Bree, why do I need to check in on the first day check-in is available? Because you want to get the best times for your cruise as far as the time you board on embarkation day, as well as your dining time and things of that nature. You want to go ahead and get that done, get that set in, because if you want to get to the fun as soon as possible, you need to check in as soon as possible. Number three, pack your carry-on properly. Okay, now this is a rule of thumb for any cruise, but today we're talking about Royal Caribbean specifically Utopia of the Seas. Now, you need your passport or birth certificate and government issue ID, but you also need to pack some toiletries, okay? I want you to pack your first day in your carry-on, because if you're bringing your luggage to the porters, you have no idea when your luggage is going to make it to your room, and I don't want you to be stuck in an outfit after you didn't waste something on it, or an accident happened and you need to change, or you want to get in the pool but you didn't have your swimsuit on you, so you have to wait until later the evening because you don't have your luggage. So always pack at least a first day outfit, as well as toiletries like soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, any kind of hair accessories. Also medicine. If you take any kind of medicines, prescribed medicines, put that in your carry-on. Also Dramamine or any motion sickness medicine, cold medicine, anything of that nature, put it in your carry-on. Also cleaning supplies, wipes, sprays, in your carry-on. But if you don't know what to pack, I have an Ultimate Cruise checklist, a part of my Ultimate Cruise Guide bundle that helps you plan and prepare for your first cruise or your next cruise. You could have your first cruise, your next or your third cruise. It doesn't matter. This guide is to help you plan much better for your next cruise. Number four, park at the cruise terminal. If you are driving to the cruise port, park at the terminal. They have a huge garage that is covered. All you have to do is drive to the terminal. There is a kiosk for you to get your ticket. You're going to pay right then and there, and then you're good to go. Number five, give your luggage to the porters. Like I said before, you just need your carry-on. Have your carry-on full of essentials. You're good to go. Give them your luggage. It's going to make your embarkation smoother, because you have to go through a lot of lines. You got to go up escalators, and then you have to navigate through the ship itself. It's a lot of steps. It's a lot of walking. And to make your embarkation day less of a hassle, just give your luggage to the porters and make sure you tip them. Okay, I got a comment the other day of somebody being like, y'all tip your porters? Never did that. Don't be like that person, okay? Because those people be wondering why all of a sudden their luggage would misplaced. That's because you gave the porters 3 huge bags and you give them money. So a good rule of thumb for tipping is $5 a bag, okay? That's the minimum that people usually say, $5 a bag. Please tip your porters and please tip the staff, okay? These people are here to make your cruise experience even better. There's nothing wrong with giving back to them, okay? Number six, completing your muster drill online and in person. Now, you can complete the actual muster drill online on the Royal Caribbean app before you even get on your cruise. That's what we did the morning of our embarkation day. Around 9 o'clock, we got on the app, did our muster drill, did a little check-in, boom, boom, boom. And all we had to do once we got on was check in at our muster station to see where it is, and we were good to go. Number seven, if you get the beverage package that involves the little Royal Caribbean cup that they give you, you're gonna need a cup holder bag. So I had a cup holder bag that I got from TikTok shop that I brought on this cruise that I took everywhere. I brought it everywhere, and it was such a huge help, because you don't want to have to hold a cup all day long. Like, you only have 2 hands, okay? One hand you need to eat, the other hand you need to drink. Sometimes when you're trying to get your food, blah, blah, you got a cup in your hand. It's just hard to maneuver. So get you a cup holder bag. I got mine from TikTok shop, and if you want that bag in particular, I'll have a link down below. Number 8, this is important. Please take a cruise nap. Cruise naps are important. They're essential. Embarkation is very strenuous, okay? You go from traveling from wherever you're traveling from, regardless if it's a flight or driving, to getting on the ship and getting straight into the fun, okay? It's a full day of fun. You need a nap, okay? Because if not, you're going to crash. You're going to try to do every single thing. You're trying to stay up all the way to the club. You're not, you're going to crash. So please schedule a cruise nap. The best time to take a cruise nap is in between like 4 and 5 o'clock, depending on your dinner time. Now, we took a nap between like 1 and 3 because the rooms opened at 1. We went straight to bed and then got up for 3 for the sail away party. And with that being said, number 9, the sail away party. Don't miss the sail away party. The sail away party is a bunch of fun. Okay, I love sail away parties period in general, but on Utopia of the Seas, they do their own kind of turn up. Okay, they were showering champagne in people's mouths. I've never seen that. I've never seen that on a sail away party. That was something new for me. Now, going to number 10, there will be seafood on the Windjammer for lunch when you get in. So do not miss the seafood on the Windjammer. They're going to have lobster, they're going to have shrimp, clam, things of that nature. Now, it will be cold. Okay, just going to throw it out there. It will be cold, but it's still pretty good. I was not a fan of the shrimp, but the lobster, that lobster with they got these different little dips that you can dip it in. Oh my gosh, the lobster, 10 out of 10. Please don't miss it. 11, there are specialty dining deals on Embarkation Day. There's also spa deals, but we're talking about specialty dining specifically for Embarkation Day. Now, typically when you do specialty dining on Embarkation Day, you will receive a free bottle of wine. And who doesn't like a free bottle of wine? So if you're gonna go to the steakhouse and you wanted to get some wine anyway, go ahead and do it on Embarkation Day, especially if you're someone who doesn't have the deluxe beverage package. This would be a nice way to at least get you some kind of drinks in and don't have to worry about the price. Number 11, book early dining. Now, this is really something that you need to do at number 2, which is doing your online check-in. And this is why you need to do your online check-in early as possible. Do early dining on Utopia of the Seas. Utopia of the Seas is a very lively ship, but there's a lot of things that go on from 6:30 on up. Okay, so if you don't want to miss those grand shows like the All-In show, the Utopia ice skating show, Name That Tune Live, things of that nature, book an early dining. Now for my cruise, we did it for 5 p.m. Was it early? Yes, but that was the perfect time because everything literally happened after we left dinner. So we didn't have to worry about, oh man, we're going to miss this tonight or we're going to miss this tonight. Number 13, stay active. After you take that cruise nap, stay active. If you're trying to make it to everything, take the nap, but also keep yourself busy. As soon as you sit down, it's going to be a wrap. And that's what happened to us on Embarkation Day. We literally did everything but the club. Now it's because there was a weird like hour gap in between the last show of the All-In show and the beginning of the club. So we were just kind of we were just looking around, standing around. We sat down and the tiredness crept right back in and we didn't make it to the club. But we didn't make that mistake for the rest of the trip because every night after that, I did make it to the club that evening. Late nights being said, number 14, Sorrento's. Get you some pizza at 3 a.m. Sorrento stays open at 3 a.m. If you don't know what Sorrento's is, it is the pizza place on Royal Caribbean that people love to eat at. And it does stay open till 3 a.m. Okay, so get you a slice of pepperoni, get you a slice of that Caribbean pizza after the club before you get to bed. It's a must. Number 15, inspect your stateroom. Now, I probably should have put this up earlier, but that's okay. But inspect your stateroom. Make sure that everything is in tip-top shape. Make sure that everything is clean and make sure it is how you want it to be. For example, when we got to our stateroom, our beds were pushed together in a king and we had to let our steward know that we need them separated because we need our own beds. And they did that just like that. You can also add or remove furniture. So for example, if you have like a chair in your room or a table in your room and you don't want it in there, they can take it out as well. If you want a table or chair in your room, add it into your room, they can add it on. Whatever you need, whatever you want, let them know. And the first day is the best day to let them know because they're more than likely going to have it in the inventory versus waiting a day or two on your cruise. Number 16, along with inspecting your cabin, do your cabin requests. Okay, you can request a lot of things for free to your cabin. For example, you can get a mattress topper, you can get robes, you can get extra hangers, daily ice fill buckets. But the best time to put those requests in are Embarkation Day because again, you want to make sure that there's a guarantee they might have it. You can also request things like a fan or an extension cord. Go ahead, put all those requests in on day 1 so you can have it, okay? Number 17, go to Lime and Coconut and get a Lime and Coconut. So if you don't know, Lime and Coconut is one of the staple bars on Royal Caribbean on Utopia the Seas, and it is on the Lido deck. It's a huge bar. There's an upstairs, downstairs. There's like 2 parts to it. It's on both sides. It's huge. And the signature drink at Lime and Coconut is a Lime and Coconut. And let me tell you, you're gonna taste the lime and you're gonna take the coconut. Especially if you have the deluxe beverage package, do not skip out on this. Number 18, try the royal cheesecake. The royal cheesecake is normally served in the main dining room because I'm gonna be honest with you, the desserts in the Windjammer are not the same as the desserts in the main dining. If I had one issue about that, were the desserts. You're gonna have better desserts in the main dining versus the Windjammer, which was kind of shocking to me. But that's only because I'm a very simple person when it comes to desserts. I'm not a big tiramisu kind of person, a lot of puddings and all that kind of other stuff. You got different layers of things. Leave me out of it. Try the royal cheesecake. It is delicious. I had it on the first night. I didn't have it every night because they also had other great desserts during main dining, but don't skip out on their royal cheesecake. And coming in at number 19, don't forget to try the drink of the day and or happy hour. So there is a drink of the day every day on Utopia the Seas. And typically whatever that drink is normally like $8.50 compared to like $14-15 of a regular drink. So if you're somebody who doesn't have the deluxe beverage package, you can absolutely grab the drink of the day, and the drink of the day is that price all day long. On top of that, as a double, like I said, there's also happy hour. Happy hours is, I don't know if it's everywhere because I seen that same sign at every bar. So I want to say happy hour is everywhere, every bar. I want to say that the $6 drinks were margaritas, and it was from, I want to say like 5 to 7 every day on the ship, happy hour. So again, if you're somebody who doesn't have the deluxe beverage package, that is another opportunity to get you a drink and not have to pay $15-16. So $8 and $6, sign me up. Also, these are all my tips that I have for Utopia the Seas, specifically for Embarkation Day, but I have a lot more tips to come because again, this ship is huge. Now, if you want to know my full thoughts and experience on Utopia the Seas, check out my full review on Utopia the Seas. Other than that, happy cruising and catch me in my next one.